Cursed Clover.
Okay, Rocky, you look over here, and I'll go by the playground. I've been looking for a four-leaf clover forever, but with two of us, I'm sure we'll... A four-leaf clover! I want to see. Look, isn't it cool? It's supposed to bring good luck. Boy, do we need that.
You ever wonder what happens if you let a four-leaf clover die? Because I think it leads to bad luck. Very bad luck.
I found it on the back of the tater box in the kitchen, all shriveled up. That same night, I broke a mirror. That's 7 years of bad luck on top of the dead clover. I was doomed! The clover's curse was taking over. And soon, lots of other bad things started happening too. Like Mommy and Daddy fighting.
The divorce was right around the corner. All I could do was let the curse take over. Free. I want to make something clear. My childhood had good moments. Nanny and Papa's house was my safe haven. They were good people to me when I was growing up. They raised me better than anyone else. It was the only place I could be a kid, and not the scapegoat eldest daughter lugging around her baby brother for Mom and Dad.
I love taking long bubble baths at Nanny's house. I would play with toys until my fingers turned to raisins. Then, Nanny would pat me in the giant puff ball full of baby powder. It was so fancy. Then, Papa and I would have bowls of vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup on top. But we had to mix it up really good before we could eat it. I called it cold soup. I always felt safe there. I always felt loved, too. Like, I could relax and watch Pokemon movies on the big TV, and I wouldn't get in trouble. It wasn't like home. I was...
free. Ant houses.
And done! This house is now for sale. Hello, sir. Are you interested? It's a luxurious two-bedroom estate, complete with a ball cap pool and a leaf hammock. And it's all yours! Mwah! What's the weird frog girl doing?
I'm scared.
Ant houses. You want to play? No, thanks. Hey! My eyes! You're the girl who pees when she laughs, right? I'm not!
Tickle her and find out.
No, stop! Please, no!
Soiled your clothes again, wild child. You're way too old for diapers, you know.
It wasn't me! It wasn't... Never mind. No one would believe me.
I went the whole day wearing donation clothes. Utterly humiliated. She was right though. No one believed her. But she was a victim of bullying. I'm letting her voice be heard now. Grill.
I love helping Daddy cook! I'm learning lots of new things in the kitchen! I climb on the counters to make him coffee in the morning, and now I cook Rocky and I scrambled eggs and toast for breakfast. What I really love is making steak on the grill! I love fire! Fire is so fun!
I was a pyromaniac. I should not have been trusted with any flammable devices, but here we are. Luckily, Jesus Christ!
Hey! Daddy had a bad habit of burning our Texas toast all the time. I've never burned anything. Rocky loves it when I make my canned carrots ski down a mountain of mashed potatoes and sing, "Don't stop skiing."
Dad's rock music really shaped our childhood in hilarious ways. Like, come on, this kid is iconic!
Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, butter on my bread.
Divorce.
Where's Mommy and Daddy, Nanny?
They're in school right now, taking an important class.
Oh, okay.
They were getting divorced. Thank God. The brutal fights leading up to it were violent and traumatizing to live through. Little did I know, it was all over. It's okay to be sad. Your family is breaking apart.
But I'm not sad. I'm happy. I get 2 birthdays, 2 Christmases, and 2 Halloweens.
The world wanted me to weep, but I had already cried every tear I had for my family. I already knew it was broken. From the day I was born, I knew. But there were days where I would realize nothing would ever be the same again. It was a good and bad thing. Divorce can be both. Homeless.
Daddy, where's Rocky and Mommy?
Away.
Are they coming home soon?
No, we're not going back there. This is our home now.
But it's empty.
I didn't understand we were basically homeless. That my mother chose my brother over me and tried to separate us. That Nanny and Papa shunned my father for divorcing his evil, abusive wife. As a kid, all I cared about was helping my hero when he needed me most.
I learned how to do plumbing. I love the purple pipe glue. I helped Daddy build a futon. I also made these bracelets out of zip ties. Look how cool, Rocky. Careful. Jeez, why do you like danger so much?
It was a lot of hard work, but it became home. Tad and I, we made it together, piece by piece. Velvet art.
Daddy's putting the floors in today. So while we're at Home Depot, I got a fun ride in some brand new velvet arts. They're fuzzy coloring posters, my favorite.
My poor father. Building a house with an autistic child constantly disappearing into the woods must have been stressful. While the acre of land was fun to explore, it had to be kept occupied in some place where I couldn't get snake bites.
I made you the lion one, Daddy. Ah!
Cool!
And this one's for Rocky. Where's his room gonna be?
This one right here.
I wanna put it up high! Up! Yay!
It wasn't a lot, but it was the first splash of color in the whole house. Hot tub.
Daddy's acre has 2 houses on it. His friend Socks lives in the back house. He's the guitar player in Daddy's band. There's a tiki hut attached to the back house that has a hot tub in it. Rocky and I love swimming in it. Socks is really nice. He and B-Boy and my dad are best friends. I love playing hide and seek with them and telling scary stories around the bonfire.
In the dark forest, inside the dark house, in the dark room, in the dark box, there was a jelly bean!
I had no reason to believe I was in danger. These people were my godparents, sworn in and approved by both Mom and Dad. But the reality was, I was 7 years old, being photographed in my bathing suits by disgusting men who my idiot parents let wander into our lives. I thought B-Boy was one of the only cool grown-ups I had as a kid, but it turns out the only adult I had was myself. Triggers. My first PTSD trigger was the sound of rubber ducks squeaking.
Rocky just kept squeezing a ducky one time, and it made me cry for no reason. It made a hole in my tummy. It made me very, very sad to hear it squeak like that, like it was dying.
Music boxes were another big one. I used to crank musical snow globes to drown out Mom and Dad's screaming matches before the divorce. So I was confused when I would spiral after TV shows included gentle music box themes.
What's happening to me? Why am I being such a crybaby?
These are triggers, WC. They're your body and mind's natural reaction to something traumatic that happened to you when you were little. It's okay to cry about it now. The reason why you're sad is because you weren't allowed to be back then. It's safe now.
Okay, then I'm gonna cry a lot now.
I'll cry with you. How about that? Pixter. The early 2000s. What a time to be alive. We had portable CD players, Game Boys, disco balls, whatever those fiberglass light things were, and all the classic toys.
I love playing with my Poochie dog. I also had a cat too. I brought them to my one and only sleepover at Mimi's house. We stayed up late watching Teen Titans, my favorite show ever. We also played with our Pixters. It was like a digital drawing pad with games on it. Rocky loved making SpongeBob videos on there.
Despite being so absent, the few memories I had with my grandmother were wholesome. I mean, she even made me special pancakes that morning that spelled my name. She had to have loved me a little bit. I mean, come on, who can resist the freckled tadpole child? Forest. Time for a word scramble. How many words can we make out of the letters that spell forest? Wild child.
I don't know. T-E-S-T? Test?
There's not 2 T's in forest. That's an F, not a T. My second grade teacher was a bully. I was supposed to be put in special ed that year, but my parents refused. They insisted I was normal and could outperform every other kid in school. They were right. In a lot of cases, I was bored as hell in regular classes. But in other areas, I struggled. Bad.
Mommy moved me out of that class after that, but my next class was even more boring than the last.
Mom and Dad bragged about my straight A's to all the other parents, but it always felt so cheap and dishonest.
I didn't work hard for those grades, but I was rewarded for them all the time. I wanted the adults to be happy, but I didn't feel comfortable wearing medals and getting trophies. I didn't deserve it.
Glasses.
There's something wrong with my eyes. I can't read far away. I'm always tripping on my own feet. The school did an eye test and told my mommy and daddy that I have astigmatism, whatever that means.
Yep, you need glasses, all right.
My poor blind baby couldn't see this whole time! I'm a terrible mother!
I'm sorry to tell you this, wild child, but you need to wear glasses for the rest of your life in order to see. I hope that doesn't ruin anything for you.
Ruin my life? Why? I want to see!
Putting on glasses for the first time is an experience I can't quite describe with words or visuals. It's like waking up for the first time, living for the first time, breathing in a world you never knew.
Mommy, look at all the leaves on the trees!
My poor baby! Shut up, bitch! This isn't about you! Jill. My tiny circle of friends grew exponentially once I had to attend daycare after school. I noticed one girl sitting on the bus and decided to be her friend. It was easy because we both had Tamagotchis and Nintendo DS's to play with.
Her name is Jill. She and her brother are neurodivergent, just like me. We play together all the time at daycare, and sometimes we get to play together at our houses on weekends.
We became inseparable. We were just a couple of hyper goofball kids who loved Pokemon and animals.
I'm a cat! Meow. And I'm a ferret.
I think it was Jill who finally made me realize I would never be alone again. The days of longing for connection with the other kids, watching from the sidelines, it was over. Because Jill filled up my life with so much genuine autistic joy. I was finally understood.
Thank you, Jill. You're the best friend ever.
Horrid. Alright, students! Everyone has been assigned one vocabulary word each to use in a sentence that defines it. You're up, wild child!
Ahem! My word is horrid. My mommy thinks my daddy is horrid.
Do you know why you're in the counselor's office, wild child?
No! That was my vocabulary words like everyone else! I'm in trouble!
Technically, I used the word correctly in that sentence. However, the teachers were concerned, to say the least. Promise. Wild child, who is that little girl you are playing with at school?
Oh, Ellie? She's my favorite classmate. We sit out at recess because of our asthma, so we play Pokemon games together. She has a crush on Lucario, and she's a really good artist.
Follow me. We need to talk.
Nanny?
I need you to promise me something, wild child.
Promise? What?
Promise me you'll never marry a black man or a Hispanic man.
What? Why?
They'll ruin your life! Promise me!
But...
Promise! I said it. If I hadn't, I feared for what would have happened behind that locked door, but I never meant it. Everyone on all sides of my family were horribly racist. I'm nothing like them. Never have been, never will be. Imagine being so scared of your granddaughter playing with a black girl, you immediately jump to the conclusion they're going to get married. Like, Danny knew I was a lesbian before I did, I guess.
I'm so glad I'm nothing like them.
Tattletale.
What?
Wild child, you left the room without permission? Yellow card for today.
Huh? But I was choking! Mrs., that boy over there stole my Neopet out of my desk.
Playing Tattletale, are we?
Huh?
She's vandalizing school property! That rock will never come off! You are in serious trouble, young lady.
It comes off with water!
I should have been a villain. Y'all are lucky her spirit is unbreakable. I would have destroyed the world! Mama cat.
There's a mama cat we've been feeding since we moved here. Daddy said she's gonna have kittens. And that day has finally come. Mama cat kittens! Mama cat kittens! Mama cat kittens!
She brought them out one by one. Dad was previously persistent on not letting her inside the house. But how can you resist 4 adorable kittens?
They were named Tom, Jealous, Squirt, and Frisco. Mommy let us take Frisco to her house, so the other 3 stayed with Daddy and Mama Cat.
My dream was to become a veterinarian at the time. I had read every single cat and dog book in our school library. It was a defining moment for me to help raise these kittens. I loved them dearly.
Daddy let us keep every single one, too. You know, I think this was the best day of my life, actually.
Yeah, it was. Sorry, Rocky. Real-life Pokemon.
Rocky! It's time to write our Christmas list for Santa! Santa! Yeah! You can ask for all the coolest toys. Like a Nintendo Wii? Or Webkins? Or Polly Pockets, Pillow Pets, Feel Friends? Ooh, or what about Pokemon? Ooh, yeah, good idea! More Pokemon action figures. Still need to find Corellia. Darker's daughter has been lost almost as long as Officer Napoleon. No, not those Pokemon. A real Pokemon. Rocky, you're serious? Let's ask Santa for a real-life Mew. Then technically we get every Pokemon in real life. Yeah!
We asked every single year. No, we did not get one. Sorry, kids. Slash.
Computer class is so boring. I already know everything.
This was the constant battle for me as a gifted kid. I was never challenged in school. So instead, I challenged myself. I made my first cartoon instead of animated characters using nothing but Microsoft PowerPoint on the school computers.
His name is Slash. He's a rainbow circle guy, and he has a little brother named Lime.
Baby's first OC. Baby's first horrifying, hideous, nightmare-inducing OC.
I'm Slash, and this is my brother Lime. Say hi, Lime. Oh, you're supposed to say hi, Rocky. You voiced the little brother.
I was born to write, direct, animate, and voice act cartoons. Torn down.
This was the worst day of my life.
The worst day of Wild Child's era.
The hot air balloon field in our backyard was being torn down. Giant machines woke us up every morning as they chewed apart all the trees. I prayed that all the animals were able to escape and find new homes. All of a sudden, our view was nothing but an empty plain of dirt. I sat on top of my playground and cried. Never again would I explore those forests. Never again would the hot air balloons take off here. Instead, giant mansions would be built in their place. How evil of those people to tear down a beautiful piece of Mother Nature. They ruined my home, and I couldn't do a thing about it. I'm just a kid. Holly, does it ever get better? You can be honest.
It doesn't get better, but it does get easier. I promise. Bloopers.
Oh god, jeez, I'm like banging everything.
It leads. God, my voice. It leads to bad luck. Very. God, why is my voice cracking so much? I'm not in Parker's area yet.
I tried so hard, it got so far. But in the end, my voice won't stop cracking. 2 Christmases in 2. Oh god, and I'm gonna break everything around me. Yay! I got a fun ride and some new Vambit art. Vambit arts. What the freak? What the freaking? What the dyslexia is that? That boy over there stole my Nintendo. Not my Nintendo. That says Neopet. Like, legit. Like, can I not read?
I read every single cat dot book. Dot? Cats and dots. You know, the things that you take to the vet. Yep. I made my first cartoon instead of cartoon. I'm a cartoon.